القادم حديث الخبراء، وحديث الخبراء حول تطبيق معايير الليد والإيدج. المهندس كريم فرح، خبير المباني الخضراء واستشاري الاستدامة. وبداية الحديث حديث الخبراء. بعد إن شاء الله هذا الحديث لدينا أيضا حديث آخر. تفضل يا باشمهندس كريم.
مساء الخير. I'm very honored to be here at the 4th Green Economy Forum. This talk is going to be about green building. It's a little bit of a specialized talk about the different rating systems that are in use in Egypt, and the two most important rating systems for green building that are in use are LEED and EDGE. And now I'm going to give you a brief explanation about the two rating systems, a comparison between them, and what to expect in the future. Let's first start about what is a green building and why do we want to have a green building. The definition of green building, there are many green building rating systems in the world, and according to the World GBC there are a number of green building rating systems in the world. في قيام British, في LEED American developed by the US GBC, في a number of green building rating system in the Arab region, GSAS في قطر, استدامة, green pyramids وكذا rating system تاني. النهارده أنا I'm going to focus about LEED and EDGE. According to LEED, a green building rating system, a green building considers the triple bottom line, اللي هو environmental stewardship, economy, and social responsibility. أو people, profit, planet. اللي هو it's not only about the planet, it's also about people and about profit. EDGE has a different approach. إنه هو بيتكلم بس على البلانت. بيقول إنه economy, our finances goes without saying. If something doesn't make sense economically, it will not be done. When the people, it's the responsibility of the architect. فإحنا كEDGE, we're going to focus only about the environment. But the LEED focuses about the three: people, profit, planet. According to LEED, green building address climate change. يعني لما بقول ان انا عندي green building يعني a building that considers climate change, resource depletion, water consumption, degradation of ecosystems. اللي هي الحاجات اللي احنا عارفينها about the environment. It adds indoor environmental quality, which is not really about the environment, it's about people. Occupant health, comfort, and productivity. Again, about people. Cost of owning and operating work and living spaces. This is the third leg of the stool, which is profit, أو the cost of green building. فهنا they show the triple bottom line اللي هو environment and then people and then the cost. LEED stands for the Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. It is developed by the US Green Building Council. So this is an American rating system. And we owe it to LEED to make the change in green building in green building certification worldwide. And through LEED, all the other green building in the world became a movement, and many other rating systems were came اتعرفوا لأنه كان في LEED. لكن LEED was probably the base. I learned the first thing that I studied about LEED was in 2006. It started in the Middle East in Dubai, the UAE, and then it came to Saudi Arabia and Egypt and many other places. There are different types of LEED certification: building design and construction, when I'm building a building from the ground up; interior design, when ID&C, interior design and construction, when I'm doing the interior of a space; existing building operation and maintenance; homes and neighborhood development. Now there are other rating systems such as LEED for cities and LEED for communities. The certification process, and there is usually a split certification. There is a design submission for the LEED design credits, and then there is a construction submission and then you get the certificate at the end of construction. The certification is done by GBCI, Green Building Certification Incorporation, and it's done online. All the LEED submission is done online. There are 4 levels of LEED certification. There is LEED certified, silver, gold, and platinum. To achieve certified, you have to achieve 40 points plus a number of prerequisites. Prerequisites are things that we cannot do without. Such, masalan, you cannot have smoking in a building, in a green building. So there are like 12 prerequisites, and then if you achieve 40 points, you get certified. 50 you are silver, 60 you are gold, and then there is a leap to platinum, which is at 80 points. And there is a number of LEED credentialing. So the first step is LEED Green Associate, and then this is the base, and then you can become a LEED AP or a LEED accredited professional in the different, depending on the rating system that you are going to be using most. And then there is LEED Fellow, and I'm proud to be the first Arab-speaking LEED Fellow and the only one in Africa. Now we are at LEED version 4. There were LEED version 1, 2, 3, and now we are at LEED version 4, and we are in the transition to LEED version 4.1. These are the LEED categories, and you can see that we have location and transportation, sustainable sites, water efficiency, material and resources, indoor environmental quality, energy, and innovation. And they reflect the triple bottom line about LEED. When we talk about transportation, so we want to put our green building in a place that has compact development, has access to transportation, has infrastructure, walking, bicycle, preferred parking for green vehicles, and so on. But the fact is, very few projects choose their site to achieve a LEED point. So usually these are points that either your project achieves them automatically by its location, or it doesn't achieve them no matter what you do. فلو عندنا مشروع في العاصمة الإدارية مش هيحقق الليد بوينتس دي، لو عندنا مشروع في وسط البلد هيحقق الليد بوينتس دي, and there is nothing you can do about it. So it's inherited. The next category is, sorry, I skipped one. The next category is sustainable site. Restore project site, natural elements, preserve biodiversity, integrate the site, local and regional ecosystems. It's about heat island effect, rainwater management. But they are a little bit difficult things to achieve. But this is the sustainable site category. The next one is water efficiency. We have طبعا indoor water use reduction, outdoor water use reduction, cooling tower, and metering. So we have to use, if we can use alternative water sources, non-potable water for irrigation or for cooling towers. And then metering, because through metering we can know where our consumption is going and how to reduce our consumption. Of course, energy use reduction, and then energy efficiency, and then renewable energy. So first we want to reduce, and then after we reduce, we want to make sure that we are using the most efficient systems. And after we use the most efficient system, we go to the third step, which is using renewable energy. If we go the other way around, it will be too expensive. So we have to reduce, then become more efficient, and then use renewable energy. Third category, material. Reduce the amount of material. Use material with less environmental impact and reduce waste. And then the third category, which is mostly about people and not really about the environment. Quality indoor environment, so we have good fresh air and less CO2. Air quality, thermal, visual, acoustic comfort, so we have daylight and view, which are important things in a LEED project. And then eliminate contaminants and volatile organic compounds and things that can be bad to the health of people. And then the third category is innovation. If you do something that is extraordinary or not within the LEED rating system, or if you do beyond the threshold and you achieve exemplary performance. These are the LEED categories: location and transportation, sites, water, material, indoor environment, and energy. Unfortunately, this is the most recent stage. We have 86 LEED registered projects in Egypt. This is as of yesterday, which is a very, very low number. Since 2007, we have 86 LEED registered projects and 23 only achieved certification. فطبعا for a country like Egypt, this is I don't know what's the word. It's a very small and insignificant and ridiculously small number for a country of the size of Egypt and the number of buildings that we have. So we need something else. And LEED is not going to satisfy what our market needs. We need, besides LEED, which is a very good rating system and very well recognized by all the international firms, and they are the ones that actually use LEED building. We have one project that achieved LEED Platinum, and hopefully we'll have another one soon. So we need an alternative, and in my opinion, the alternative is EDGE. EDGE is a rating system developed by the IFC, since we are now in a CSR event. So EDGE is developed, is an innovation of the IFC, member of the World Bank Group. And EDGE is a green building rating system. It's not affiliated to a country, so it's about the World Bank. Just it can be applied to homes, it can be applied to hospitality, yani hotels and so on, retail, different types of retail. LEED is not very good to apply for homes or for residential projects. It applies for high-rise residential projects mostly. It applies very well to office buildings. So LEED is very good for office buildings for international company. If we have a residential building, low-rise, yani 2-3 floors, or a villa, LEED is almost inapplicable in Egypt. So the alternative here would be EDGE, which is very applicable to small building and small size buildings. Offices, of course, hospitals, nursery, and all what comes under hospitals, educational, and we can, it's a big thing to have green education or green schools. This is an important trend, and I've been speaking to many people in Egypt about green schools and green nursery, and I hope it will come to Egypt very soon. It can be applied to new construction, retrofit, existing building, multiple building, core and shell, social housing. Again, there is something very, very important, which is an efficient, affordable housing, green affordable housing. So to have something that is inexpensive and yet very green. So something that we should think about, that green is not about being more costly. It is about affordable housing. So affordable green housing. This is something that can be something for the future. EDGE addresses only the environment. So it has only 3 categories versus LEED main 6 categories. EDGE has 3: water, energy, and material. And when we talk about material, embodied energy of material. So the amount of CO2 that is produced through the manufacturing of the material. So depending on where you are in the world, there is an EDGE application. You put your location and your type of building and how many floors and built-up area. You have a benchmark for how much energy and how much water and how much embodied energy of material you should be using, and you need to go below this benchmark by 20%. So you need to go 20% less energy, 20% less water, 20% less embodied energy of material, and then you are EDGE certified. If you go 40 in energy and 20 in water and 20 in material, you achieve EDGE advanced. So there are only 2 levels of certification versus the 4 of LEED. There are 2 levels of certification, EDGE and EDGE advanced. So 20, 20, 20, and 40, 20, 20. Edge has a very interesting application online, which is the Edge app, and anybody can use the Edge app, and you can put the different measures that you have, and you can know where you are before you register. So you first you achieve the 20%, and then you register the project. So there are no surprises, and there are different measures. For example, if you're talking about the energy, there is a measure called window to wear ratio. You say, okay, I have window to wear ratio 20%, or I have an efficient glass. You tick efficient glass, and it shows you how much percent you went down. And then you tick, I have dual flush toilet. You tick it, and you see how much you went down immediately on the spot. So it's a very easy to use and very intuitive tool, and you don't need to register until you achieve the actual requirement of Edge. This is a very blurry picture of the Edge app. It is good there is also a tool in Edge that tells you each measure that you make, how much cost added and what is the return. It's not very accurate, but it's a good tool to give you an idea of where you're going, if it's more expensive or not. It is a very efficient green, we have many energy modeling tools that we use for LEED. The Edge app can be considered an efficient, a good energy modeling tool and water modeling tool as well. So it is a good tool powered by data. So it's comparable to any other energy modeling tool used in the world. It is very simple. So compared to LEED, which is a little bit more complicated and expensive, and there is a long process of submission, Edge is much, much more simple. International recognition, excellence, GBCI can quickly certify your project. And the good thing is that both rating systems are certified, or the entity that gives the certification for LEED and Edge is the same one, which is GBCI. So the certificate of LEED or Edge is third-party reviewed by GBCI, which gives it a very strong backup. You have a very strong quality assurance by GBCI. Lano, when I want to have a green building, I want to show it. People do green building mostly to show off. This is not the ideal response, but it's the truth. You want to have a green building certification to show that you are better than someone else, or to show that you are committed to something. So you want to flash your certificate for people to see it. This is the problem of some rating system, that it's not very attractive to show off. But Edge is supported by GBCI, which is the same certification body as LEED. It is applicable in many countries in the world. Among them is Egypt. There is a difference in the process of certification. Edge has something called an Edge auditor. So there is also the design audit and the construction audit, but there are people called Edge auditor, and you make a contract with the Edge auditor to review your project and give a recommendation to the GBCI to give you the certificate. And then this Edge auditor has to go to the site and do a site audit. So he has to go to the site and see for himself what you claimed in the HVAC, in the water, in the LED lights. And I had to do this for a project, and I had to check how much water are used in the urinals and in the faucets and so on. So it's a difficult task, but it's something that in Egypt I was always asked this question. LEED, is anybody coming from LEED? Is anybody going to see this? LEED submission is done online, so nobody will ever come. But Edge, there is someone that will actually come and has to come and visit the site and do the design audit and then the site audit. And again, I am proud to be the only Edge auditor in Egypt, but probably not for long. So I expect there will be many other Edge auditors. So there are two levels of certification. There is an Edge expert and then Edge auditor. Edge expert will help with the project documentation, and the Edge auditor has to do the actual review of the document and the recommendation to the GBCI. If you see that the benefits for developers, competitive differentiator, I can't read very well. More attractive to buyer, command a higher sale price. And then the last point is protect the environment. This is protect the planet. So the truth is that I want to sell more. I want to have a competitor edge over the other developers. Also for owners, attract tenant faster, rent at a higher price. It will be easier to sell in the future. And then in the final step, there is protect the planet. So actually, when we talk about the triple bottom line, it goes without saying that if a project is not feasible, it will not be done. Be it lead or edge or whatever, it has to be feasible, it has to make financial sense. So you don't really need to put the idea of profit, لأنه it's there. Edge addresses the people. This is good architecture. If you have daylight, if you have view, if you have fresh air, this is good mechanical design and this is good architecture. We don't need to add it. Transportation and site, well, you really achieve them by location and you don't do much to achieve them in lead, but it's a long, difficult submission for the lead. So Edge is focused about what matters to the environment: energy, water, embodied energy of material. As you can see, these are the two most applicable rating systems in Egypt, and this is my QR code, which is probably nobody can see. I will be happy to, if you have any questions.